how I'm making $750 a month passively on this subject to deal. Guys, my name is Rick Ginn. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an actual deal I did, and I'm going to show you how I found it. I'm going to show you the numbers and how much money I'm making a month, $750 plus per month on average. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can take same deals down just like this in your local market. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the best up-to-date information on everything related to wholesaling. So we're talking about subject to. So I've already shown you what a subject to is and the theory behind it. So the best thing I can do is actually walk you through a deal that I actually own right now and show you the mechanics and how the whole thing works. So I like to work on actual deals because that's how you really learn. So let's just walk through it from start to finish. This deal came to me in my local market in Port St. Lucie. I found it through a probate. When I got this probate deal, they simply said, we want to sell the house. We don't want to like fix it up or like do anything. Guys, the understanding, why is he talking about subject to in a probate? The deal came from a probate, which I initially ran as a wholesale lead. But the beauty of probate is when people pass away, there's mortgages still outstanding. And if they're up to date and current or even slightly behind, you can simply just take over that mortgage. And this is what I did in this case. So they didn't care. They just wanted a few bucks to move on. So let me kind of roll down how the deal went down. So basically the mortgage on this, $90,000. So the payment on the mortgage was $721 a month. And all the sellers told me is if we could help them complete the probate process, which when I put them in touch with my title company and my attorney, is they basically wanted $3,500. This is why I love creative financing. So I can take over property, basically give the seller $3,500, which was the personal representative in this case. And basically I have control of the property. I take it over with the existing mortgage of $90,000 and $721 a month. Now, here's the key question you have to look at when doing a subject to deal. We have to look at the cash flow and make sure it works. So you already know it's $721 a month. That's the monthly payment. Okay, and now we need to know the rental rate of the area. And I was basically at the time when I did this deal, this was $1,200. So that gives us a positive cash flow, $479 a month. Hey, wait a minute, Rick, you said you're making $750 a month. I'm going to break down and show you how this winds up being a much bigger number than $479 a month. But on the surface, you understand why I'm so excited to do deals like this, and you can do exact same deals just like this. So it was just a tiny, tiny little 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. So $470, $479 a month. Now, it needed $3,000 in rehab. So that was just paint and some appliances. That's it. So the deal came from a probate, like I said. And the reason why I like probates for subject to is because taking over a deceased person's mortgage is really simple because there's very little resistance on it. It makes complete sense. So now you know how the deal came about. Now you know how I'm buying it and acquiring it. And here's the really cool part. From the time I spoke with the seller and it went down, the whole thing took, I think, 9 days total. In 7 days, we were waiting for a title search. So once I verified the mortgage and everything else, now we go on to step 2, which is, hey, Rick, how are you going to make money on this? Okay. So this was the buy. Now what I will do is I'll put in red here. We will talk about the sell. So now, could you rent this property out? Absolutely, you can do that. I don't like doing the landlord aspect of anything. So basically what I did is sold it on what we call owner financing. Okay, so I've taken it over subject to, and now I'm going to sell it over to someone. And the key part is owner financing. And the sexiest part of the pitch, no bank underwriting, no bank qualifying. And the reason I'm telling you is this is what I put in my ad. And when I ran the ad, I literally had, I believe, 36 applicants for this property. Okay. And then I put down low down payment. Okay. So no bank qualifying, low down payment, you're going to get buried on it. So this is what we did. I found it. I advertised the price. Don't freak out on this. Ready? So basically $159.9 with no bank qualifying and low down payment. Now, here's what I was looking for. How much did I have to lay out initially? I gave the seller $3,500 to the seller, and I paid $3,000 in rehab. So I'm out $6,500. I opted to try to get more cash flow by making it easier for people to get in. So what I did is I took down a $10,000 down payment, okay, which is going to be applied to this, which now equals a balance of $149,900, okay? And then the renter, the new owner, which is basically paying $1,200 a month, $6,500. So they gave me $10,000. So the $10,000 minus $6,500, basically we walked away with $3,500 up front. Okay? So it's kind of like your assignment fee. I know that's not like a lot of money, but that's not what I did it for. The $3,500 is I got positive cash flow. So any subject to, if you can try to get positive cash flow, it means you can never really get hurt in the deal. So if I had to put $20,000 in the property and I only collected $10,000, then I would have been out $13,000 because what I do with rehab and what I gave to the seller. So whatever you collect, a simple formula is I like to double it. So if I give a seller $5,000, I'm going to ask for at least $10,000. The underwritten rule that we don't know about is if it needs rehab. So make sure you do your numbers accordingly. I always give less money to the seller if there's a lot of rehab being done. And remember, everything's negotiable in this. That's the really cool part. We're basically walking away with $3,500, $1,200 a month, and we have a positive $479 a month. I took over the mortgage subject to, the really cool thing, it was a 30-year mortgage. It was already 12 years into it. So there's only 18 years left on the mortgage. I'm going to tell you at the end of this video why this is so important. You're like, why is he telling me that? Trust me, there's money in there. Really, really cool. And then on when I sold it on financing, we basically gave them 5 years to cash it out. You don't have to do that. You could make it owner financing forever, whatever you want to do. For some reason at the time when I did this deal, I just did 5 years. Okay. And 5 years, which is basically 60 months. So we've collected $3,500 up front. We're collecting $479 a month, positive cash flow. Okay. So $479 times 60, guys. $479 times 60 basically comes to $28,740. Pretty impressive. But Rick, you told me $750. Trust me, I'm getting there. Okay. So then we go to sell the property. Okay. And the really cool part is now when we sell, they still owe $149. I basically have to cash out the $90,000 mortgage, and that leaves us $59,900. Now, we have closing costs, all sorts of miscellaneous stuff. Just for conservative values, I'm going to make this, we're going to minus off $10,000 because I did pay a realtor and some fees on that. It's still a $50,000 gain, guys, okay? And this is why I do them right here. That $50K is huge, okay? So $28,740 is the monthly cash flow, okay? This is on the resale right here when they close. These are my expenses for full disclosure. I have to get a calculator out here. This is crazy. So here's where we're at, okay? $3,500 plus $28,740 plus $59,900 and then minus off $10,000, okay? That is $82,000 and $140. Now, if I divided that over 60 months, that actually means I average $1,369 a month, well in excess of the $750, okay? Just to showing how it works. But remember when I go back, this part right here, there was 12 years into the mortgage. So by the time they cashed me out, 12 years plus another 17 years in the mortgage. And this is how amortization works. In the very beginning, the bank said it where 95% of your payment or more only goes towards interest, which is what the bank makes on their money. As time goes on, once you get past year 8, 9, especially past year 10, that number flips where more money goes to principal than interest. It's incredible what happens. So it's called the great arbitrage because now you're making money off the bank's money that they loaned out to the original seller and you're the one who's harvesting the benefit of it. What happened is basically by doing this, okay, by having a mortgage, and guys, you want to see how late they are in the mortgage. Most subject twos are only at like in the first 24 months, and that's okay. But if you catch one that's in midstream, or if you find like a 15-year mortgage, you can make a phenomenal amount of money because the principal gets paid down so much faster. So because the principal was in year 12 plus that 5 years, I basically gained another $12,000 in principal pay down. And who paid down the principal? That's right, my new buyer. I never paid a dime towards it. So the reality of my true number now is $94,000, $140. And if I average that over the life of this deal times 60, I made $1,569 a month on a deal with no bank and $3,500 down. And guess what, guys? Whose money do you think I put down when I did this? You're right. I took the $10K I took from my new buyer. That went to pay for that. And then another $3,000 in rehab. And so for me to make $1,569, I did it while I made $3,500 the day I did the deal, the 9th day after I took this deal. Guys, I love doing deals like this. Subject to is very powerful. There's so many ways to go with it. And the beauty of it, if you don't have to deal with a bank, you don't have to go under all the stringent underwriting requirements. There's no appraisals. It's basically you, the cash buyer. In this case, you are the subject to buyer, and then you have the seller. Whatever you guys agree on, the sky's the limit in what you can do. Guys, I do deals all the time like this. They don't come across the desk every day, but when they do, they are magical. And when you can take deals down like this, your entire business is going to change. Why? Because you can help out more sellers. You can do more deals. You're going to close more contracts. Yes, I want you to do wholesale deals, but this deal came from a wholesale probate lead. And honestly, I could have easily take it down as a wholesale. I just decided I could harvest much more cash by doing a creative financing deal like this, specifically a subject to. It's magical. So I want you guys to be able to do deals like this. Understanding subject to is actually a very simple principle. You've just got to understand how to find them and how to take them down. So guys, let me know if you're going to do a creative financing deal just like this. I want you to take deals down just like this. Let me know in the comments if you are ready to do subject to deals like this. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button to continue to receive incredible videos just like this, so I can teach you on how to take down any type of real estate deals, guys. This is Ginn on Subject Twos. I'll talk to you soon.